Howdy! Just wanted to say real fast before I get into the video that I will be doing these focusing much more on the main points of the scenes as well as things I'd notice and how I feel about things. The first video was very descriptive of what was going on, but I felt like I didn't get to mention a lot of the main points as heavily as I wanted to. Also, this video is going to be pretty late compared to when the episode was released, just like the last one. But anyways, with all that said, I will get into the video now. We are 2 episodes in so far, and I gotta say, I'm enjoying what I've seen so far. I'm really having fun watching this show, and it's honestly just great to be watching a solid Star Wars story so far. Really hoping the rest of the show keeps it going, but as far as right now, I have no major complaints. With that said, let's get into what happened in the second episode. The episode begins with the kids coming out of hyperspace out in the middle of nowhere. They talk about needing to go home when the droid from last episode wakes up and stomps towards them looking for his captain. The droid's initial plan is to throw the kids out the airlock, but with some clever storytelling from Fern, she convinces the droid, known as SM-33, that she killed the droid's captain, which now makes Fern the captain of the ship. They ask the droid to take them back to At-Aten, and the droid appears to have no memory of At-Aten ever existing. After some more arguing between the kids, SM-33 takes them to a port to make some repairs on the ship and for the kids to be able to ask for directions. We also get a small scene of Wim's dad asking the help droids back at At-Aten look for Wim. SM-33 ends up taking them to Port Borgo, which is a pirate port full of tons of not very reputable individuals. They land and take a ferry down to the landing of the port. Wim pays the ferry driver with one of his credits he got for lunch money in the other episode, and the ferry driver runs off extremely excited. Something that I will mention again here in a moment. The kids all begin to look around the port, and the boys and girls end up getting separated just because they're kids and not the most attentive. KB and Fern get taken aside from one of the dancers at the nearby club, and the dancer tells them that this is not a good place for them to be in if they are really from At-Aten. The boys end up trying to order food, and Wim ends up having to pay with another one of his credits, as well as mentioning at one point that they were from At-Aten. This causes a huge scene, and all the attention from the nearby pirates is now on Wim and Neil. The boys run through the port away from the pirates and end up running back into Fern and KB. Fern fires her blaster into the air to try to scare off the pirates, and it doesn't really go too well. SM-33 shows up and starts throwing hands and smacking around the pirates. There's also a really cool moment where SM-33 uses some metal blaster shields to block shots that are coming at him, and he uses the heat from the previous shots hitting the shield to burn someone's face. Just thought that was pretty neat, honestly. They almost make it back to the ship before they get stopped by SM-33 getting shot by the wolf captain, Brutus. Brutus takes the kids and throws them into the brig. The kids try to think of a way to get out of jail before being noticed by their cellmate, who says that he can help them escape if the kids take him back to At-Aten. The stranger then appears to use the Force to bring the key to them and help them escape from the jail. Wim believes that the stranger is a Jedi after witnessing it, and that is where the episode ends. Now, I know the show is a little bit ahead of this, but based off of this episode alone, I do not believe that the stranger is a Jedi. I'm uncertain if he can really use the Force or if it's just some sort of trick, but I do not see him actually being a Jedi, and I honestly hope that he isn't. It'd be far more interesting for him to either be an untrained Force user or just someone using tricks of some sort. We've already seen several Jedi surviving the Empire and after stories, so something new would be very welcome. It is also very evident that At-Aten is a sort of legend, at least to the pirates. They all seem to be under the impression that there is an incredible wealth stored there, and they might be right. As far as we know, At-Aten has a barrier that protects the planet. I assume it's possibly a cloaking device of some sort. But At-Aten has no air traffic coming in or out of the planet, so it appears that the planet has been cut off from the galaxy for some time. They also use a currency that is from an older republic, hence why it is so valuable to the pirates. It's like getting a collector's item in perfectly perfect condition. My main question is, how long have they been cut off from the rest of the galaxy? But I guess we'll just have to wait and see on that. Overall, I enjoyed the episode. It's very nice to see something new. While it isn't anything groundbreaking, it is solid and actually has me enjoying something that is new Star Wars content, which I haven't been able to do for a little while. So I hope the show keeps the momentum going. I also love how this episode looked. All the practical effects with the aliens and all that really brought me back to watching the originals. Something about the aliens being practical, or at least largely practical effects, will always be preferred for me, at least. But that'll do it for this one. Thank you all for sticking around to the end. Have a great day, and God bless.